How much food does a record-breaking food drive in Volusia County bring in for hungry families in the area? Hi, and welcome to the first edition of Volusia Magazine for the new year. I'm Amber Patterson. That answer is 110,000 pounds of food, and we'll tell you all about it on today's show. We'll also take a look at the future of off-beach parking in New Smyrna Beach, and then we'll check in with the new Daytona Tortugas as they settle into their new home at the historic Jackie Robinson Ballpark. Then we'll discover how Volusia's unique ecosystems aren't just for the birds when we join Community Information Director Dave Byron as he sits down for a chat with Marine Science Center Director Michael Brothers. Those segments, news, and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. Stay tuned. Thanks to the giving power of public employees throughout Volusia County, it was another record-breaking food drive benefiting hungry families in our area. For 2 weeks in November, public employees from Volusia County government, Volusia County schools, Daytona State College, the health department, and all of the cities had a friendly competition to see which organization could collect the most food to help the needy.
I knew in my heart that public employees are pretty giving people, and that we would do, I thought pretty well in terms of getting good contributions to really help the communities, paying back. And I was really pleased. The first year and the second year I was really excited. I mean, I couldn't believe how much more people contributed. I knew we could do well, but even I didn't think we could do this well this quickly. To go from 30,000 pounds to 110,000 pounds, that's 55 tons of food. It's astounding how much generosity there is among public employees.
More than 7,000 employees collected more than 110,000 pounds of food during the 4th annual Feed the Need food drive. That broke the Feed the Need food drive record from 2011, 2012, and 2013. In 2011, 38,000 pounds were collected, 67,000 pounds were collected in 2012, and 71,000 pounds were collected in 2013. County Manager Jim Deneen, who started the countywide competition in 2011, said this food drive is a testament to the generosity of our public employees and the magnitude of what we can accomplish when we come together.
But I believe sometimes if you bring people together, and one, they feel good about working as a team, and two, there's that fun of competition. I believe that by coming together, that the sum of all of us would be greater than the individual parts put together. I thought if you did it as a combined effort, that we could do better than we'd even do on our own.
And the organization that raised the most food per full-time employee? Holly Hill, for the 4th year in a row. With just 105 employees, the city collected more than 45,000 pounds of food, or 429 pounds per employee. Beginning February 2nd, riders of Votran, Volusia County's public transit system, will have to come up with an additional 25 cents to ride the bus. In a move to help offset substantially higher operating costs, the Volusia County Council last year approved a 2-part fare increase after several town hall meetings and public hearings. In February last year, regular one-way fares increased from $1.25 to $1.50. Even with the increase, Votran fares will be below the rates charged by most of the larger transit systems in Florida. Over the last 6 years, Votran has experienced consistent ridership increases and higher operating costs. Votran's budget is approximately $21 million and receives $8 million in funding support from the county's general tax fund. Votran General Manager Steve Scherer said the county's subsidy is projected to grow, and that's one of the major reasons why the fare increase was necessary.
In 2013, Votran and the County Council started looking at ways to increase revenues. We began that discussion as we noticed that the amount of fares coming in related to the total budget was starting to get below our comfort level. The cost of the cost of providing service continues to go up. And we hadn't had a fare increase since 2007. So when we started analyzing the amount of fare revenue coming in to the total budget, we determined that we wanted to recommend to the council that they approve a fare increase, with the first part of that fare increase taking place in February 2014.
Votran service began in 1975 to serve the Daytona Beach area. As Volusia continued to urbanize, population growth supported an expansion of service. Today, Votran service is available county-wide, traveling 6.1 million miles just last year. The Votran family of service includes fixed route bus service, express bus commuter service, dial-a-ride paratransit service, and commuter assistance programs. For more information, you can call 386-761-7700 in Daytona Beach, 386-943-7033 in West Volusia, or 386-424-6800 and Southeast Volusia, or you can just visit Votran.org. With an eye to the future of off-beach parking needs, the Volusia County Council has approved the purchase of a third beachfront property. The property includes the 3 lots on the west side of South Atlantic Avenue at its intersection with Hiles Boulevard in New Smyrna Beach. The land totals about 3/4 of an acre and is adjacent to the existing off-beach parking lot. The purchase price of $370,000 is $23,000 less than the combined appraised value. The County Council approved the acquisition at the December 18th meeting. This latest beachfront property acquisition will provide 80 to 100 parking spots in addition to the existing lot, which has about 120 spaces. The 2 previous purchases, the Argosy Motel in Ormond by the Sea and the Jasmine Motel in Daytona Beach Shores, had a combined price of $2.65 million, and that will result in more than 130 new beachfront parking spaces for beachgoers. Before these 3 land purchases in 2014, Volusia County's last oceanfront land purchase for off-beach parking was in 2012 when it paid $1.15 million for 1.7 acres off of South Atlantic Avenue in New Smyrna Beach. The county also partnered with Ormond Beach to buy land and build the $8.2 million, 4.5-acre Andy Romano Beachfront Park, which opened last year south of Granada Boulevard, and it's next to a no-driving zone on the beach. The county has more than 3,500 off-beach parking spaces from Ormond by the Sea through the Canaveral National Seashore.
Hello, I'm Volusia County Sheriff Ben Johnson with an important public service announcement. Don't risk your life and the lives of others by texting and driving. Put the phone down or safely pull over. Looking down for 1 second is all it takes. Is it really worth it?
Minor League Baseball fans can now root for a new team at the Jackie Robinson Ballpark now that it's home to the Daytona Tortugas. It was formerly the home for the Daytona Cubs. Here and Now reporter Kendra Lee has a home run story on the new team.
Everyone is familiar with Jackie Robinson Ballpark, an iconic baseball stadium in Daytona Beach with a strong history in the community.
One of the great things about the stadium is a lot of people don't know its age, its history. It's one of the top 5 oldest stadiums still in operation in all of baseball. And that says a lot. It says a lot about the community, says a lot about the town and the people in it, how they continue to support a facility like this.
But everyone is wondering, who and what are Tortugas? If you're a baseball fan, you're sure to find out. Jackie Robinson Ballpark is now the home of even more turtles, as the Daytona Beach Tortugas will be joining us this spring.
After 22 years of a partnership with the Chicago Cubs, our affiliation has changed. We're now with the Cincinnati Reds. With that, obviously being the Daytona Cubs, you don't want the Cubs name affiliated with a rival team. We chose the Tortugas obviously because of the sea turtle nesting area here in the county.
Not only will you see a new team on the field, but you'll also see new colors, uniforms, apparel, and more.
Our primary color is kind of an emerald green. followed in with a little bit of a tan touch and a kind of a North Carolina blue accent. So on the uniforms, you'll notice that our home is a white uniform with some blue bunting, pinstriping, and as well as the green in the logo. Our away uniforms are gray, a standard gray uniform, kind of like they were when we were with the Cubs.
The changes don't stop there. Cubby, the long-loved mascot of the Daytona Cubs, has been retired to make way for Sheldon.
Sheldon is our new mascot, which was voted on through the News Journal website, Daytona Beach News Journal. It was a process that we had decided to do with them to obviously get some interest going on it, but also to get the local community involved, which really that's what the mascot is for. Our mascot does over 250 appearances each season, so for us, having the community's input on it was really important.
Sheldon is fierce and friendly and expected to be a hit with the community and a great new role model for our tiny Tortugas. Kira explains a bit about Sheldon's persona.
I think it's a blend of everything. Obviously, your mascot, you want it to be community friendly, you want it to be kid friendly. Like everybody's familiar with Cubby, you know, he was this loving, fun-loving bear. So with our new mascot, Sheldon, he's going to be that fun-loving turtle, but he's also going to have that little glimmer in his eye, like, you know, we can cause some trouble if we want. So I think it's going to appeal to the masses, you know, your young professionals and your kids and your teenagers all together. So yeah, you'll see it. It's going to be good.
Ready to get suited up and join the Tortuga fan club? Merchandise is already available in a variety of colors, from adult sizes to onesies.
We do have, like I said, a number of things available here at the stadium. You can certainly come on into the ballpark, check out our team store. We'll have everything up and operational in there. You can also order things online, DaytonaTortugas.com.
This beautiful 100-year-old ballpark has so much to offer its Tortuga fans. From a variety of concessions to nightly promotions, as well as corporate accommodations, Jackie Robinson Ballpark is the place to be this spring.
The season starts April 9th. We run through the middle of September. We play here on April 9th. We will have a great fireworks display that evening as well. We'll also welcome in the Manatees a few days later for the third game of that three-game competition homestand. Our team will actually play Embry-Riddle in an exhibition game on the day before our season actually opens. So that'll give everybody in the community an opportunity to come out, check out the new uniforms, check out the team, check out the product on the field.
Can't wait for opening day? Already wondering when you can get tickets in your hand? Individual game tickets go on sale March 16th and can be purchased online. Until then, keep up to date with all things Daytona Tortugas following their social media, at Daytona Tortugas on Twitter and Daytona Baseball Organization on Facebook. For Volusia Here and Now, I'm Kendra Lee.
The timing of flu is very unpredictable and can vary from season to season. Flu activity most commonly peaks in the U.S. in January or February. However, seasonal flu activity can begin as early as October and continue to occur as late as May. The Florida Department of Health reminds residents and visitors that the best way to prevent against the flu is to get vaccinated every year. Stephanie Strong has more information about flu prevention in this segment of Community Health Matters.
Staying healthy is a priority in order to keep up with your busy life. Concerns about germs and how to avoid them are on most minds, especially during this unpredictable influenza season. Getting a flu vaccine is the first and most important step in protecting against this serious illness.
Flu shots are the most important factor that protects us from getting the flu each year. So we encourage all people now 6 months and older to get an annual flu shot.
Everyone who is at least 6 months of age should get a flu vaccine. The influenza virus is unpredictable, and how severe it can be varies widely from one season to the next, depending on many circumstances.
Besides getting a flu shot, the other things that you can do are the very basic personal hygiene that we recommend all the time, but particularly during flu season, which are to wash your hands frequently, particularly before you eat, to cough into your elbow, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and also to try to not touch your face. Many of us have this habit of touching our face throughout the day, and that is unfortunately a way that we can make ourselves sick because we have germs on our hands that we then transmit either through our nose or our mouth, which can then make us sick.
People who have the flu often feel some of these symptoms: fever, cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, muscle or body aches, headaches, and fatigue. In order to ensure that you remain healthy throughout this flu season, be sure to get a flu shot and protect yourself. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Stephanie Strong, Public Information Officer for the Florida Department of Health in Volusia County.
As always, if you have any questions about this or any other health-related issues, you can log on to volusiahealth.com. Let's head on into the studio to join Community Information Director Dave Byron as he sits down for a chat with Marine Science Center Director Michael Brothers.
Well, thanks, Amber, and happy holidays, everyone. You know, the county's Marine Science Center in Ponce Inlet has gained a national reputation for its work in rehabilitating injured sea turtles and seabirds. Visiting this marine education facility is a great way to see marine life up close and in person, and to learn about Volusia County's unique ecosystems. Great place to go over the holidays, and we want to talk about the Marine Science Center today with the Executive Director, Michael Brothers. How you doing?
I am doing great.
Just a minute, we're going to talk about getting tired of setting records. It's record after record after record. But let's talk about the Marine Science Center in general. For folks that perhaps may be visiting, maybe haven't heard of the facility, give us kind of a general description of the Marine Science Center.
Well, the Marine Science Center is just a wonderful place to bring your family, just to visit in general, because we have a wonderful array of exhibits and aquariums that focus on the marine life of Volusia County. So it's a chance to learn more about this land that we call home right here in Volusia County. And so all of the specimens that we have on exhibit are from right here.
Right.
And so it gives you a chance to see the various marine ecosystems that are part of this whole marine system that we have here in Volusia County. But then in addition, we're two hospitals. So we have our sea turtle hospital and our bird hospital. And each one of those has a unique set of opportunities for the visitor to. In our sea turtle hospital, we actually have a picture window where they can look in and they can actually see procedures being done on the turtles. We also have kind of a platform where they can overlook the places where the sea turtles are being kept, and they can see the various species that we have in at the moment. And then they can go over and visit our birds, where we have some outdoor habitats that have everything from bald eagles to wood storks, pelicans, a variety of hawks and owls. So,
you know, we said at the beginning, record after record after record. It's amazing the attendance that you guys are getting down there every year. It's like more and more. What's your attendance?
Well, amazingly enough, we set another record attendance for this last year at 88,000 visitors.
Wow.
That puts us at over 700,000 people have visited the Marine Science Center since we opened.
Unbelievable. And every single one of them has walked away with more knowledge than they walked in with, that's for sure.
Well, we sure hope so. I mean, really a major part of what we do is to try and get people to both understand and appreciate the wonderful marine environments that we have right here.
You mentioned the turtle component of the Marine Science Center, Michael. It continues to just fascinate me, the public's interest in sea turtles. Why do you think that the public is so enamored with the turtles? I mean, when you have your releases, you have them a couple of times a year, and you usually have these really, really large turtles that you put back into the ocean. And I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people turn out to watch that.
Yeah.
Why do you think the public is so fascinated?
Well, I think, of course, everybody's familiar with, you know, the turtles that you may have in your backyard, a box turtle, or in the neighborhood pond where you have some, you know, freshwater turtles. But sea turtles are a different story. I mean, people just don't get to see sea turtles.
Right.
And, you know, they've been made hugely popular in, you know, Disney movies and such, and they are just immensely popular.
Right.
And but people don't get to see them.
Right.
So the chance to be able to see live sea turtles is just a huge draw, and they're so huge.
Right.
You know, especially we get, you know, many visitors from out of state. You know, thousands and thousands of visitors are coming from all over the nation. And they really, they don't even know what to expect with a sea turtle. You know, they think it's like one of their regular turtles. And when they see, you know, a 150-pound sea turtle, they're like, I had no idea that these animals were this large.
And you're actually a hospital for injured turtles that you nurse back to health, hopefully, and then return them to the natural environment. It's incredible work down there.
Well, thank you. And actually, in just this week, you know, you would think, here we are in mid-December, and you would think that we would have had all of the nesting completed by this time, because usually it's done. However, no one told the turtles this. And
I guess they forgot to change the clock.
And for some reason, in Canaveral National Seashore, there are still nearly 200 nests that haven't hatched.
Unbelievable.
And yet the water's getting colder. And so just yesterday, we had about 70 little hatchling sea turtles brought into the Marine Science Center from right over at Canaveral National Seashore.
You mentioned obviously the wintertime in Florida, it can get chilly, and sometimes you will get bunches of what they call cold-stunned turtles. Have you had that this year, or is it a little early yet?
Well, actually, these little hatchlings were actually cold stunned.
I see, okay.
But we haven't gotten the large numbers of big sea turtles that we get occasionally. However, there is a major event happening in Cape Cod right now, where about 900 sea turtles have washed ashore in Cape Cod, and they're being distributed to facilities around the nation. And so at any time we may be called upon, as we have in the past, to help take care of sea turtles from far away.
And so you actually, I suppose, Michael, have turtle experts or veterinarians, I guess, that are working at the Marine Science Center. And as you said, the public can look through the windows and see that rehabilitation work live.
Exactly. We have some wonderful staff members. Melissa Ranley, who is the head of our sea turtle rehabilitation program, is a wonderfully talented woman. We brought her in from the Loggerhead Marine Life Center, where she was running the sea turtle operation there, and before that she worked with SeaWorld. And then our veterinary staff is Dr. Craig Pelton, and we contract with the University of Florida's School of Veterinary Medicine's Aquatic Medicine program, and Dr. Pelton is our resident vet. And so it's been a wonderful relationship with the University of Florida School of Veterinary Medicine to be able to have that, not only Dr. Pelton and the expertise that he brings, but that whole suite of complementary staff that you get by working with the University of Florida.
Well, let's turn our attention to the birds, because you also you take in injured seabirds and you get them back in their natural environment.
We do, and the number of birds that come into the Science Center is extraordinary. We get between 1,200 and 1,500 birds every year, and this is a very busy time right now, where a lot of the birds that nest farther north, you know, they're coming down, so we're getting loons and northern gannets and many other species of birds that are coming back into Florida. And with that long journey come injuries, and so we get quite a number of them in at this time of year. So they're very, very busy right now.
And of course you have, as we mentioned just a minute ago, you have some birds that cannot be returned back to the natural environment, which is the case with the owl and some of the others, so that you have them on permanent display so the public can see those birds very, very up close and impersonal. And of course you have some glove-trained birds which put on a phenomenal show.
Yes, those are hugely popular. We have 4 glove-trained raptors, a red-tailed hawk, a great horned owl, an eastern screech owl, and an American kestrel, which is a type of falcon. But we also have a 5th one, a Cooper's hawk, that is being trained right now. So we're adding to the number of educational birds.
Michael, you also have some great exhibits in the Marine Science Center. One of the more popular features is that touch pool you have there. Touch a stingray.
And you know, there's hardly anything as wonderful as watching the face of a child reach in and the sense of wonder and excitement when they touch a stingray for the first time.
Right.
And they just light up. And we're so fortunate to have had our Friends group. We have a nonprofit support arm to the Marine Science Center, our Friends of the Marine Science Center, and they sponsored the creation and development of this touch pool, which has just changed the entire complexion of the Science Center to be able to have this interactive space. And it is so popular, and we have both cow-nose rays and Atlantic stingrays. And one caveat, we actually clip the barbs off, so that they're stingless stingrays.
Right.
We keep them trimmed off, kind of like trimming your fingernails, so you can cut the barbs off.
And of course you have year-round, you run classes down there. You actually have classroom settings where school kids and others can come in and take classes, all about marine education.
Yes.
So tell us about the classroom portion of what you do down there.
Well, we deal with thousands of school kids every year, and we are a unique opportunity for people to interact in a different way from their normal exhibits, because our classroom presentations, we have, because of our location, which is right out Lighthouse Point Park, so we're right at the inlet and the jetties and the beach. We have field opportunities for school groups that can come in. They can do seine netting. They can pull plankton nets and actually take the plankton samples back to our lab classroom, and under a microscope they can learn to identify the various plankton forms that kind of form the underpinning of the food chain for marine systems. And it's a wonderful thing. They do squid dissections. There's a wide variety of programs that are available for schools. But we are the best deal around, because entry to the Marine Science Center is a real deal. It's $5 for adults, $4 for seniors, and we have a liberal interpretation of seniors as being 50 and up, and kids are only $2. So
that's awesome.
We're the best deal around. And you can find out more about us by going to our website, which is marinesciencecenter.com.
Well, Michael, I want to thank you for sharing the information with us. A great facility. You guys do a great job down there, and a well-deserved national reputation for the work you do down there.
Thank you.
Our guest today, Michael Brothers, is the director of the county's Marine Science Center. And with that, Amber, we'll go back to you. And happy holidays, everyone.
Thanks, Dave, and thank you for watching Volusia Magazine. As always, if you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log into volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. Incidentally, you can find the County Council's meeting calendar there too. In fact, you can use volusia.org to find out about meeting dates, workshops, topics of interest, activities, and how you can become involved. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Patterson. Have a wonderful evening.